So people are standing up other than, the truckers and the convoys and things like that. These parents at these school boards are still.
Okay. This is my favorite story of the whole day. I mean,
you want to kick it off?
Just we have to understand that the school board is what is controlling the education system in your district. It is the school board. It's not the superintendent. It's not the treasurer. They are employees of the school board. And so the school board actually hires whoever comes in and teaches your kids. As a school board president, you have to sign the documents of every employee every year in the union. You have to sign them every year, their contracts. So in this story, this is a school board meeting in Montgomery County, Virginia. Now, Virginia has been the hotbed of school stuff with, the new governor comes in and he says, we're not mandating anything. And if you mandate it, you're breaking the law. I love it. It's great. Mother Alecia Vaught, I think is how you say it. She is standing in front of the school board, and I saw this clip and I sent it to you because I believe it is a perfect picture of standing in truth and not wavering. So go ahead and play it, and then we'll talk a little bit about it.
Okay, sounds good. Here we go.
We sat here last year and listened to you guys preach to us about Governor Northam's executive orders and how we must follow them. You guys remember that? We do. So here's the governor that comes into office, but yet you don't want to follow his orders. Why is that? Why is it different from the last year when we were here to this year? 2 different governors, 2 different political parties. So we were supposed to follow it last year, but not this year. That makes no sense. And it makes all of you a bunch of hypocrites, except for Dana and Jamie. Ms. Cass, you also yelled at me the last time I was here for taking off my mask, but here's a picture of you right here on Facebook with a crowd of people.
That's it.
With no mask on. This is my time and I don't interrupt you. Here's another picture with you with a no mask on.
I'm sorry, Ms. Vaught, you are done. If you are going to sit there and disparage a member of our school board, then you can sit down. If you have something effective to say.
I have facts and truth on my side.
I am not going to sit here.
This isn't about you anymore. It's about
Can we have a police officer, please?
Really?
Yes.
Scared because of
No, I'm not scared. I don't care. I would like you to either talk about something. You can talk about something that concerns our school board.
Where's my team?
Is there something about our students you would like to talk about? Then talk about our students.
You're taking up my time.
Can you please ask Ms. Vaught to leave? Thank you.
What, for speaking the truth?
Ms. Vaught, let's let the rest of us talk.
Can I finish?
No.
So you are.
If you would like to finish about students, but if your idea is to stand there.
It's not about you anymore. Now
She
it's
should be
about
able to
Dr.
say her
Pryor,
piece.
like you call him.
I've had to listen to people come and criticize me.
People came here and criticized you last year?
Absolutely. And I couldn't do anything about it. And
Exactly.
publicly, I was humiliated.
So people came here and they talked about your mask to your face. They showed pictures of your family. They showed pictures of your.
Yeah, they did worse.
Pictures there, you did.
That doesn't make it right.
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't make it right, Jamie.
You're right, but I had to say.
That's my family. That is, then fine.
What do you think about our family?
I am not.
Our family is being suffocated to death
I'm
by
done.
your policies.
Time is up.
What do
She
you
leaves or I leave.
Time is up. Time is up.
I'm done.
You can't deal with the truth. You don't need to be a school board member.
It's not the truth, but that's not the issue.
You can have my seat.
We're coming for them, all of them.
Okay. So
Oh, man.
Okay. So number one, she makes a great point in the very beginning. You sat here as a school board and you lectured us about how we had to obey the governor whenever he had a mandate for masks. Now, another elected official who won handily comes in and says there's a mandate not to wear masks. Now they don't want to address it at all. They want to continue doing masks. Mm-hmm. And so she's bringing that point up that you're a hypocrite. Now, she said the word, obviously they're on the defense right away. Now, there's an interesting thing about school board meetings, and that is that there is a public comment time. And you can get up there and you can call out things that you don't agree with. And everybody in the room has a chance. Now, sometimes you have to register or whatever, but you have a chance to follow their procedures to stand up front and express your opinion about where the school board or the teachers, whatever. You may be having an issue with the football team or the football coach, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can get up there and share that publicly in front of the school board and call out the injustices that you feel are happening. So interesting, she says, you're saying that our kids have to be masked all day at school, but you're in crowds of people not being masked. And it's amazing how liberals always cave when you bring the truth. Either they try to arrest you, right?
Yeah.
Or they actually cave. She got up and walked out of her seat, which is what's going to happen. She's going to lose. I mean, you're in Virginia. The governor just won a great election, and you're on a school board that they're coming after your seat because you are not doing what you should be doing. You're not thinking about the kids' well-being. This is a picture perfect example of what every school board in the country should be hearing.
When you heard it right at the end, the woman gets up and walks out and she says, "You can take my seat." And the mom says, we're coming for him.
Yep. Every school board in the country, when it comes to critical race theory, when it comes to all this nonsense that not just school boards, but you've got the teachers unions and there's a lot of organizations that are funded heavily to educate our kids to nonsense. But you have school boards, and you heard her say, I'm not here for Jamie and the other person, because they're actually conservative people that are believing for our kids. So you're not going to agree with everybody. You're not going to disagree with everybody. But if a school board meeting happens and there's not a public participation about an issue when the law is being broken, this school district is breaking state law by requiring masks to be if there's no one speaking up against that, then it's the parent's fault.
Yeah, correct.
And so she's just saying, I'm doing my due diligence to come and highlight that you're a hypocrite because this is you. And they don't like it when their picture's on there. It's not about their kids being in the picture. It's about them being called out on their crap.
Yep. They don't like it.
No,
they don't like it because how do they defend it? Yep, that is a picture of me. Yep, I am in a crowd of people. Yeah, I'm not wearing a mask.
You could pull the Newsom, I held my breath.
Well, no, that was the mayor.
Oh,
I think that was the mayor who said that.
I held my breath. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But anyway, I think this story actually highlights the importance of standing up in a school board meeting and shouting. Now, I've been on the other side of it. I've been in her seat and had people shout at me for an hour and a half as an elected official. And you just if you're elected, you got to be able to take it.
You would hope so.
Yeah. Well, obviously they can't. They were put in there anyway, I'll stop. But let's just say, if you're going to be an elected official, you have to be able to take dissent, and you have to know your rights, and you have to stand in truth. They cannot stand in that school board. They cannot stand because they're doing illegal things. And so as long as the parents rise up, it will change. But if they're silent, it won't. Yeah. So I just commend her for having the guts to go and say, you're a hypocrite. This is exactly what you did last Tuesday night. You did this last Tuesday night, and yet our kids are in those classrooms and they have to wear masks all day because every other school district is under the same laws and they're not wearing masks, but you guys won't abide by the state law. So you're in violation. Fix it.
Yep. I loved it. And that mom was unafraid.
Yep.
They cut her mic. She just kept talking. They were shouting over her. She just kept talking.
The other person that I admire about that is the police officer.
Yeah, I did too. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah. The police officer was called by the board president to come up and remove her. But then it was like, I don't have a cause to remove her. She isn't she's not doing anything that would be illegal. If showing those pictures was breaking the law or the rules of that school board meeting, he would have actually physically removed her.
Correct.
So he didn't have cause to remove her.
And you could tell because he even came up, I forget what he said exactly when he approached her from the side, but he said
ma'am, it's time to go.
Yeah, it's time to leave or something. Yeah. Or can you come with me? And she said, for what? For telling the truth? And he was back. Like, he left. Yeah. I think it was kind of one of those things. Well, what do I say if somebody asks me, well, what am I removing her for?
Right. Yeah. She's not breaking any rules. She's allowed to stand there and talk.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go back to, in this case, the school board has an agenda and they're breaking state law.
Yeah.
and these parents are standing up. So if you're in a school system in which critical race theory is being taught, Common Core, all those things that are meant to derail the mindset of our children, you need to go to these meetings and stand up.
Yep. All right. So I have a clip here. This kind of plays right along with this. So this is from the Jesse Kelly show. He's talking. This one really caught me the other day when I was listening to him talk, and he was going back through the cruelty of what the government and public health officials have done to people throughout the pandemic, and kids, but not just kids, but really everybody. So just listen to this.
I don't look down on you if you struggle with addiction, man. I'm not perfect. I've had plenty of struggles in my life. I'm not perfect at all. What if you're drinking too much? What if you're hooked on the pills or some kind of drugs or something? What if you have these things in your life and you're getting by, you're struggling, getting to work always helps get your mind off something else. And then these politicians decide an infinitely survivable virus means you should lose your job, go home, sit down and just stare at the wall. Oh, don't worry. Your rehab clinic is closed. No, you can't go see anybody. Man, what we did was awful to people. Absolutely awful to people. It blows me away how, like I said, how cold it was. Just there was never a thought to them. Never a thought to the small business owner, to the person struggling with addiction. Never a thought to the poor kids we sent home to learn from computers. Never a thought to the older folks who got robbed of the final years with their loved ones who died alone. I mean, imagine this. Imagine living 80 years on this earth. Wife, husband, kids, grandkids, maybe some great grandkids, career, vacations, just memories, a lifetime of memories, a lifetime surrounded by family, and spending the last year of your life by yourself where you die with your wife looking in at you through a window. And that's not some horror movie story. We did that in this country, and we did it on purpose. That is wrong. It is dead wrong.
That kind of just gave me some goosebumps listening to the end of that there, because that is what we did to people. Okay. You guys have any comments on that before we move on?
Just solidifies there was no thought other than control the people. That's it. I mean, from day one, they knew when they said 2 weeks to flatten the curve, they had all this in their back pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what Alecia is fighting back in her school board is saying, this is about control, controlling us as parents, controlling the classroom. And she's calling it out. And I'm happy for that.